Our next inductee is Daniel Eilts, class of 1971. During Dan Eilts' time as a student at OTHS, he received 6 varsity letters, 3 in baseball, 2 in football, and 1 in track, also competing in basketball for 2 years, football and baseball for 4, and track for 3. He was class officer in his freshman and junior years. He then attended Western Illinois University, graduating with a degree in mass communication, serving as the sports editor of the school newspaper, and was a Blue Key Who's Who honoree. After graduation, Dan worked for a short time at the Jackson Daily News as a reporter. Then at the Ottawa Daily Times, as it was known then, first as assistant sports editor for 2 years, then sports editor for 15 years. He continued to be involved with OTHS as a supporter and volunteer, actively engaged in the Booster Club, and as a statistician for football, boys and girls basketball. He has been passionately serving for years on the OTHS Class of 71 Reunion Committee, spearheading the Class of 71's multiple donations to the school and scholarships for students. He has served on the OTHS Foundation Board, was instrumental in the founding of the OTHS Hall of Fame, and continues to serve on its selection committee, as well as that of the Illinois Valley Sports Hall of Fame. He was inducted in 2017 into the Illinois High School Basketball Coaches Hall of Fame as a friend of basketball and honored as a lifetime member of the OTHS Booster Club. He continues to serve the community in numerous other volunteer endeavors, and it's unusual if you don't see him at a football or basketball or some event at Ottawa High School any given day of the week. Could you please help me all in welcoming Mr. Dan Eilts?
I got Suzy, yeah. Thank you, Kane. Oh, wow, I can't express how much this means to me. Today, I truly do consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth. Thank you to the Hall of Fame Selection Committee for this prestigious honor. There are so many others to thank tonight, but no one more than my wife, Sheila, who understands my passion for Ottawa High more than anyone. She spends a lot of nights by herself while I'm off on a bus somewhere with the Pirates, going to places like Sycamore and Rochelle to do the stats for the team. Thanks to our 2 wonderful children, Drew and Elise. Drew, OHS Class of 2000, is here tonight with his wife, Jamie. And Elise, OHS Class of 2006, is here tonight with her husband, Matt. Also here are our grandchildren, Drew and Jamie's 4 kids, Colin, Josie, Maisie, and Max. Papa and Mimi love you. You can imagine how proud Sheila and I were of Drew and Elise for being honor students here at Ottawa High. But what was just as gratifying to us was neither one of them ever missed a day of school in 4 years here. I missed school once in 4 years. Missed a week my junior year. Yep, the week the picture of the 69-70 Ottawa football team was taken right here on the stage. That's the week. Measles. I had the measles. Nope, I'm not in that team picture. I would like to extend a big thank you to all the friends and classmates who nominated me. Bless you from the bottom of my heart. Gosh, considering this bitter cold weather, it's so awesome to see relatives, classmates, and fraternity brothers and friends here at the induction. It's so special that you're here on this special night. Congratulations to my fellow inductees, my very good friend, Gary Vansel. We go back a long way, don't we, Coach? My classmate, Sue Williamson, who has spent more time on this stage than anyone else in the history of Ottawa High, directing all those great school plays. Holly Novak, when she sent me her resume so I could nominate her, man, was I impressed with the work she's done in the health field. And another great friend, OHS athletic director and highly successful girls basketball coach, Mike Cooper. Coop, I really appreciate how supportive and helpful you've been to me down through the years. My teammates, 69-70 football team coached by Hall of Famer Bill Novak, the best team I ever played for in any sport, in any level. Folks, but I must clarify though, I had little to do the success of this great 9-0 team. I played left end of the bench. That's true. Congrats to the 1996-97 tennis team, coached by another Hall of Famer, Tom Henderson. You know, Ottawa High means the world to me, so I'd like to take you on just a little tour around the school to explain why. Let's go up the stairs here. Behind us, the 800 floor, room 806. That's my home for our home football games. For an old stats guy like me, it's the best press box view in the country. When I look out that 806 window down to King Field, well, that's like a slice of heaven to me. Out on King Field, the game I remember most was 1966, when that great 66-67 Ottawa football team shut out LP LaSalle Peru 48-0. Both teams were ranked in the top 10 of the state. That is considered by many to be the best game by the best football team in the history of OHS. I was there watching it all as an 8th grader. Now ahead, 1988. The pole vaulting runway in Pitt on the north side of King Field in the spring of '88. I was sports editor of the Ottawa Times, and I was right there taking pictures of Greg Fenza, the day he set the state pole vaulting record, soaring 17 feet. Under the tutelage of great pole vaulting coach June Gross, Greg went on to win the state and national high school vaulting championships that year. Fast forward 2012, that amazing touchdown catch in the end zone, in the east end zone, by Michael Hermosillo to help Ottawa secure a second-round playoff victory over Rock Island. Yes, I am proud to say I nominated the 66 team, Greg Fenza, June Gross, and Michael Hermosillo to the Hall of Fame. Let's go out to the Henderson-Gunther tennis courts. That's the side of the old OHS baseball field where my favorite teacher and coach, Hall of Famer Jim Sudsy Sullivan, had enough confidence in me to bring me up to the varsity baseball team as a sophomore. I was extremely privileged to nominate Sudsy for the Hall of Fame, and it's so neat that our pirate mascot, Sudsy, I brought him. Our pirate mascot, Sudsy, is named in his honor. Back here on the stage, right here, I always look forward to annually presenting the class of 1971 $1,000 scholarship to a senior whose parent or parents were members of our class. No class in the 146-year history of OHS has given back more to the school than the class of 71 has. Across the hall, the principal's office. I spent a lot of time in there. Nah, not really. I'm just kidding, but I was too immersed in sports to get too much trouble. Let's go out the front door, down the steps, where the banners featuring current outstanding Ottawa students hang on each side of the sidewalk. Class of 71 is sponsoring 10 of those banners. Then at the front of the school, the new trees planted in 2020 after a derecho uprooted the old trees. Thanks to a suggestion from classmate Rose Varney, our class took the lead in donating the money for those new trees. Now a few steps east, we turn towards the passageway and into the O area. Our class of 1971 O area includes 2 benches, landscaping, a plaque, a beautiful class of 71 stone featuring and a beautiful class of 71 stone featuring the pirate logo. Through generous donations from our classmates, the landscape O area was dedicated to the school by the class of 71 on June 11th, 2021, 50 years to the day that we graduated. This all transpired because we had some money left over from the tree donations. So we contacted the school. I asked what we could do. When the school suggested the landscaping project in the area in front of the passageway, boy, did we jump on that chance. For months, classmate Juanita Dixon and I worked closely with the school to design and complete the project. I think the inscription on our O area plaque says it all. The class of 1971 dedicates the O area to all the faculty, staff, and students of Ottawa Township High School, past, present, and future. Gosh, we're so proud of that beautiful addition here at Ottawa High. Now let's go back to the building and up the stairs to the passageway, where I have so many fond high school memories of hanging out there before school and at lunch. I'll never forget the day classmate Craig Capani, God rest his soul, hauled a deer head up to the passageway and stuck it out the window. True. Let's go down to the 400th floor, the Hall of Fame Hall. I'm so honored to have nominated so many individuals and teams whose plaque hang on that hallowed hallway. Folks like Dr. Julius Hess, who invented the infant incubator, like Skip Madigan, who's in the NCAA Football Hall of Fame, like Harry Kelly, the two-time governor of Michigan, like Susan Carey, the head of psychology at Harvard, and like Ed Morse, one of the top nuclear physicists in the world. So how did all this start? Well, back in 2005, my good friend Jack Myers, God rest his soul, approached me with the idea of establishing the OTHS Hall of Fame. We presented the idea to Don Harris and the Educational Foundation. The groundwork was laid, and the Hall of Fame was established. And voila, here we are today. I'd like to have Don stand up and be recognized. Don? And Jack, well, I'm going to say this right now. I'll get to Jack in a minute. Our inaugural Hall of Fame induction took place in February of 2007. I want to make sure I didn't miss anything. Nope, we did. Okay. Yep, I'm good. Our inaugural Hall of Fame induction took place in 2007. And now with tonight's ceremony, I'm proud to say we have 114 distinguished individuals, 17 outstanding sports teams, and a state championship music department enshrined into the hall. Unfortunately, Jack passed away before that inaugural 2000 induction. Jack, I know you're looking down at us tonight. Wish you were here. And for those of you who don't know, Jack was a key member of this football team, our leading receiver. Guys, you would agree, he had hands like glue, right? Last stop on my OTHS tour holds a special place in my heart. 92-year-old Kingman Jim. I am truly privileged to say I have seen over 1,000 games in events in historic Kingman. It's the best and loudest high school gym I've ever been in. And man, was I so happy in 2020 when Kingman was voted as the best high school gym in the state in the Twitter poll. These T-shirts that a lot of people have around school or around town, basketball is better in Kingman. Basketball is better in Kingman. I say basketball is not any better in Kingman, it's the best in Kingman. People refer to me as the Ottawa High historian. I find the history of Ottawa High fascinating. Like the story of Charles Kingman. In 1932, Kingman Memorial Gymnasium was named in honor of Ottawa High Hall of Famer Charles Kingman. When I did the research for Mr. Kingman to nominate him, I realized how much love and passion he had for Ottawa High. Mr. Kingman was a principal here for 19 years and was instrumental in heading up the project to build the gym and the Manual Arts building. He played a vital role in designing the gym. Mr. Kingman passed away in 1932, just months before construction was completed. Man, would I have loved to have met Mr. Kingman, Charles Kingman, and shaken his hand. And I'll bet if he was alive today, he'd be so tickled pink, or maybe tickled crimson and white, to see how great his place looks. Well, I guess it's pretty obvious. Like Charles Kingman, I too truly have a love and passion for Ottawa High. And you can see how darn proud I am to be a member of the class of 1971. You know, every time I drive by the school, every time I walk through the passageway, every time I come up the O area sidewalk on my way to King Field or into Kingman Gym, every time I marvel at all those people and teams whose plaque hang in the Hall of Fame Hall, I realize how truly grateful and lucky I am to have attended Ottawa Township High School. Again, thank you to the Hall of Fame Selection Committee for this cherished honor. It truly means the world to me. And go Pirates. Thanks.